Make sure your daughter's hair is dry to start with, not wet. And to make the ponytail, to start the hairstyle, use a little bit of water on the sides and at the top and at the back. Pull it all up into a ponytail using the brush. Try not to wet the ends of the hair because that's going to be used to make the fairy floss bun. So it's important that it's not too wet. The ponytail for this hairstyle needs to be at the crown of the head, which is like a high ponytail, but not high as in on top of the head. It needs to be at the crown. So bring it up with a brush to start with. Add a little bit of hairspray if you need to, just to bring in any of those wispy parts. And then before you actually put the elastic in, use a comb to make sure that it is very slick, to draw those wispy bits of hair in. This hairstyle has the potential to look messy if the ponytail isn't done right. So it's important to pay a lot of attention to the neatness of the ponytail to start with. It has to be very, very slick. Sorry, Ella. It has to be very slick and finished very smooth using the comb. Now to fasten the ponytail, using a nice thick hair elastic, make sure it's matched to the colour of your child's hair. If your child is blonde, keep in mind that when their hair's wet, it may be darker. So I'm using a brown elastic here because Ella's hair is darker when it's wet. The blonde elastics tend to stand out. So fasten the ponytail, and before you start the bun, extra bit of spray. And if you've ended up with the odd bump, a way to cover that is to spray it and then just use the comb to brush all of those bumps inwards. The bun will hide any bumps. If you can get it neat and tidy the first go, that's preferable, but if you've just found that you've played with it long enough and you can't get it quite perfect, then that is a way to fake it. Okay, so there we have the ponytail at the crown of the head. Now, the way to do this, the fairy floss bun, will depend on the length and the thickness of your child's hair. So if your child has similar length hair to this and thin, then you will have to do just a light amount of teasing. If your child has very short hair that's quite thin, you'll need to do a little bit more teasing using possibly a comb to tease it. Or if your child has very, very long hair, you'll need very minimal teasing. So with Ella's hair, I'm just going to rough it up using my hands. I'm not actually going to tease it with the comb. We're not looking for a full teased style, but we're just trying to get a little bit of fullness into the bun. So just rough it up with your hands. And then, so it looks like that, a bit on the messy. Then what you're going to do is just carefully mould that hair very lightly into a long sausage and turn it around just like you would with a ballet bun, but you're going to make it nice and loose at this stage. So you can see I'm just starting to wrap it around there, and the hair has that wispy sort of fairy floss feel about it, which is the look that we're going for. We're going to make it a nice round bun. So you can see that there, and you can also see it from the front that there's a gap there. It would be where we would place the tiara, would be here. Okay, so just gently wrap it around. Now we're going to use the bun pins, which are the V-shaped pins, to pin it in. And if you have a look at the ballet tutorial, the ballet bun tutorial that has been shared before, it will show you how to put these pins into the hair if you're not sure. So just put your head forward for me. Okay, so you're going to mark out the bun at the top and the bottom first. So one at the front, one at the back. And then you're going to do one either side. So that's 4 pins there. And then you're going to add another 4 in the diagonals. So there should be at least 8 pins in the bun. As you do this, you might find that large chunks tend to fall out, something like this. Okay, if that's the case, just loosely wrap it back around and then make sure you catch that with the next round of pins. So I'm using at least 8 pins. Okay, now sometimes once you've done the hair, it may need a little bit of fixing at the front or somewhere else on the hair bun to make it just a nice even shape. So to do that, once you've got the bun secure, give it a light spray. Okay, just sort of pull any bits in that are really unruly and make sure that they're secure. Because remember, even though it's sort of got a bit of a messy fairy floss feel, it's still got to be secure so the girls can dance in it. Then, if you just want to fix any shaping, you can use the tail comb. Just go in and just lift it around, just so you make sure that you've got the right amount of height and it's nice and even the whole way round. Okay, lots of spray to finish. Okay, again, making sure the key to this hairstyle is that nice slick look all the way round and then the messy bun at the top. We don't want messy all over. So nice shaped bun, and then a good test is often to ask your child to shake their head to make sure that it's secure. And I can see that we just might need a couple more pins in this back area here. So just a couple more to secure it. Shake again. And that's not going anywhere.